Korean Dota 2 League. This is the fourth broadcast, a best of one between MVP, HOTSIX, and Eye of the Tiger Gaming. Let's see what they have in store for us. So, of course, the first few bans across the board. Weaver, a quick ban. I have seen some of their players, like Banhua, use the Weaver in the past, so potentially a respect ban. And, of course, Outworld Devourer, always a strong hero, also seen from MVP. I have noticed a lot of these Korean teams, they generally do like to just ban out heroes that the other teams don't like to see due to the kind of limited hero pools that a lot of the Korean teams have. I was talking to Tenbird a little bit before the match, and one of the reasons why they have their players switch up lanes so often, and we also see this on 5 and Q a lot, is because these players, their hero pool isn't enormous, but they can play different positions. So, you know, maybe you'll have March go into the off lane on the Bat Rider, and then he goes carry Tiny. Next game, safe lane. We get a lot of situations like that. But I have noticed Eye of the Tiger and MVP HOTSIX, respectively, I think they're a little bit more rigid as far as their player roles and positioning goes. It's Adam from MVP, the most English name possible for a Korean player. And as far as the hero selection goes, I have the Tiger getting two very strong picks, the Crystal Maiden and the Lifestealer. So probably they'll end up doing some type of safe lane, tri lane, grab another support, and then just look for mid hero and off lane. And MVP's HOTSIX. It seems like MVP in general, they're really just kind of experimenting a lot. We did see their tier 1 counterpart first pick the Ember Spirit against Zephyr last week. And an Ancient Apparition. Very excited to see that hero. I want to know if they're going to give him some farm and have him build up to that Agnum Scepter, or if he's just going to be more of a support hero. Who knows? Maybe he could even end up in the off lane. And the next round of picks going to be the Chen for Eye of the Tiger. So being a little greedy with their lineup so far. But the Chen can rotate around, help out mid, help out his safe lane if they're having any issues. HOTSIX got the Storm Spirit for middle, and if you look at Eye of the Tiger, really not a lot of lockdown on their end. Yeah, the Crystal Maiden can do a little bit of slow and use Frostbite, but Storm Spirit, he can get out of there. Absolutely no issue. And follow-up Clockwork from HOTSIX. Pretty safe to say he will end up in the off lane. So besides the pick with the Ancient Apparition, nothing, you know, too unorthodox on both ends. That's cast, and he did play Chen in his last match. So most likely will end up on the Chen once again. Eye of the Tiger do really seem to enjoy the Chen pick. But they still need a mid player, and they still need an off laner. Invoker's in the pool, another highly valued hero in Korean Dota. MVP, they have gotten rid of the Puck and Lone Druid, as well as the Tempersaw and Nyx. So a lot of popular heroes that are out of the picture, at least for this game, this match. And the fourth pick from Eye of the Tiger, deciding to grab up the Queen of Pain. And whoa, okay. So HOTSIX with a Razor last pick. This may actually be a safe lane Storm Spirit. is really cool. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Queen of Pain since they nerfed her Shadow Strike ability. She hasn't done too amazing as far as matchups go. But Eye of the Tiger, must be confident in playing her. There's Danny from MVP. I believe doing the drafting, indeed he is. Of course, cast the drafter for Eye of the Tiger. There's Jo, the carry player for Eye of the Tiger. Fellow Filipino to his team, but from Canada, formerly of EG. We've had a lot of EG, or previous EG members, kind of make a splash. And the last pickup for Eye of the Tiger, it's going to be Chrissy playing the Bat Rider. Now, Danny's on the Storm Spirit. It looks like he's going to go mid. And the picks and bans, they're complete. The players are good to go. One last panning shot at both ends. My name is Whiplash. This is the Korean Dota 2 League, live from the Nexon Arena in Seoul, Korea. It's time for some Korean Dota. I'm ready. The players are ready. And let's go ahead and get into the match. Already a smoke from MVP. Sorry, the Korean introductions don't really allow me to introduce the players as well. But all right, our MVP, they're starting it off. This is Korean Dota. Chilling touch as well on all the heroes. Jo, he's stuck in the cogs, manages to get out, but first blood on Jo from MVP Banhua. Queen of Pain forced to blink away. Eats up a tango. What a way for MVP to start. I really hope this is an indication of things to come, because last week's matchups, definitely a lot more passive, but certainly not true for this match. That's really just, that puts the ball in MVP's court. Getting the first blood on the Lifestealer. You really couldn't ask for a better start. But as the dust settles, we're going to eventually see how these lanes are going to turn out. Certainly unconventional lanes. An offensive tri-lane with a Razor from MVP, with Adam and his son be helping out as support. Clockwork going to be playing in the short off lane. Storm Spirit versus Queen of Pain mid. A pretty traditional matchup. Shan, of course, chilling out in the jungle, converting some creeps to his cause. And Jo is not going to have fun. He is certainly not going to have fun in this lane. Eye of the Tiger, their lineup was a little bit greedy, and MVP decided to punish it. And let's not forget that the static chain ability from Razor, Static Link, even if you're raged with the Lifestealer, you're still going to be draining his health. So MVP, I'm already a bigger fan of their lineup. And they already got the first blood with a nice smoke. It's just the Koreans, they keep panning their camera to Jo. It does seem like he may be a little bit ruffled up from that first blood. And really, I mean, what's this Crystal Maiden going to be able to do against a tri-lane? Throw out a little bit of AoE damage, but not too much else. Lifestealer is certainly going to be begging for some farm. Only one last hit compared to the 6 from Razor. He also has a few last hits under his name. And if we take a look at the mid lane between the Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain, I guess we're not going to take a gander at that. Cass does have a smoke available, so we could potentially move towards the mid lane and try and help out his middle lane, kill off the Storm Spirit if possible. But for the time being, Banhua is just going to have a pretty easy time farming at the top. Storm Spirit favored slightly, I suppose, over the Queen of Pain for the time being. Cass just doing a little bit of farming with that tornado. I guess one of the few abilities that still doesn't cause the creeps and the jungle to kind of scatter around when AoE damage hits them, and they don't have a target. Andrew's still he's got a few losses. He's got us up to 9, pretty even with the Bat Rider, just no denies. And a cast. He's moving in, has the Centaur, they use the stun. There is a double damage rune. And there are no wards from MVP despite the Chen taking the double damage rune or smoking out of the jungle. So this Storm Spirit's going to have to be quite careful. The timing is looking really good. As you can check out the Jade Hoof Courier that MVP has from the new Bloom event, which recently ended. Razor already picking up his phase boots, getting a little bit of extra damage, some nice bonus movement speed. Chen looking for a kill, but it looks like he didn't really want to move into the storm on the Storm Spirit. His smoke's wasted, the double damage rune is gone. Kind of wasted time. And while doing a little bit of tease in the JO, but nothing more. But I was hoping for a little bit more action early on, especially after that first blood. Both teams just kind of sticking back, farming it up for the time being. Lifestealer, though, he needs to do something else. Maybe they need to rotate their lanes around a little bit. He only has 2 last hits. Both Chrissy and the Clockwork are low on health. Clockwork forced to, well, actually, both offlaners decide to use their salves. So out of the picture are the salves. Storm Spirit's getting a great amount of farm. Queen of Pain kind of trailing behind. 5 to 7 last hits. And Razor doing a pretty good job, up to 30 so far. But MVP just using their lineup, they've already done a very good job at shutting down the Lifestealer, which is probably the biggest threat that MVP really can see on the other team. The Storm Spirit is dealing with the Queen of Pain just fine. They have heroes that can kind of deal with the Queen of Pain. Disruption, just the tankiness of the Razor, Clockwork being tanky as well. Storm Spirit just ball lightning away. Even Pyong on the Crystal Maiden kind of taking a step back and moving into the jungle. And these offlaners surprisingly even as far as last hits and denies go. A little bit more denies for the Bat Rider. But last hits neck and neck. Ooh, Chrissy, he's moving in. Gets hit with the cogs. This is going to be really close. Chrissy in a lot of trouble, but Andrew, he misses the hook. Will it matter? That cost him. Oh, Andrew very unhappy about that loss. Simply just being outplayed ever so slightly. Well played from Eye of the Tiger. Securing that kill and giving Chrissy a nice advantage in the lane. Not the end of the world for MVP HOTSIX. Their carry is still way ahead of the opposition. Up to 41 last hits, 6.5 minutes into the match. And with Chrissy low on health and no bottle charges left, Andrew should be able to eventually scare him out of the lane. His ultimate still about 20 minutes left. JO's starting to find a little bit of farm. Eye of the Tiger smoked up, ready to take out this Razor if needed. The rest of MVP, their supports have rotated towards the mid lane, now moving towards the bottom. And yeah, Bat Rider forced to go ahead and teleport home. You can't withstand that rocket spam all day. Rior picking up a double damage rune. We'll see if he can make something happen with it. Looks like Adam just in the jungle for a little bit. Not too much happening. Jayo's got to be happy about the current situation. He's getting a little bit more farm, but in the bottom lane, Chrissy manages to get the lasso. And Andrew, he is not in a good position. Will he be able to survive? One more hit, maybe two. It's not enough. Andrew, a little bit luckier the second time around. Chrissy, though, forcing Andrew back. And that's going to give him a lot of free farm, lane dominance, as well as the bottom rune gets picked up by Chrissy. Illusion rune, who really cares if it's an illusion or not, but it's the bottle charges he's really caring about. Razor already up to 53 last hits, 8.5 minutes into the game, so his farm is looking quite spectacular. Danny up to 46 compared to the 34 of the Queen of Pain. So he's also looking pretty happy with the current situation. Light Stealer just looking for a little bit of farm on this hard creep camp. Probably not going to find it. Andrew, he's moving towards the top lane, wants to see if he can make a play. If they kill Jayo again, it's pretty much Eye of the Tiger has lost early game. With only 13 last hits, really no important items to note of. Certainly no Hand of Midas or anything like that. All right, in comes the disruption as well as the static link. Andrew, he hits a creep. What a mistake. That is just really unfortunate for Andrew. It was an enemy creep, a Chen creep, I believe, as well. This means that a lot of them survive, but Chrissy not so lucky. He moves in, gets hit, too much damage first, is able to kill him off. Andrew does indeed fall, and Pyong could be next. Indeed, he does fall, but it's just back and forth trades. Clockwork does indeed die, and Danny could be next. Razor's already dead. Jayo grabbing the kill. Looking pretty happy after that engagement. Yeah, unfortunately, that was just a big misplay by MVP. Chen, that creep, that dominated creep was certainly the MVP of that match. That's also going to almost finish up a mech for the Chen. Looking at his inventory, has a lot of recipes available. Just needs about 150 more gold. So his greediness early on is starting to pay off. And Rior getting a little bit of extra farm due to that Storm Spirit being out of lane for so long and dead after trying to do some work in the top lane. But Jayo, he's getting chased by Anhua. The static link stealing up 72 damage, or 42. 72 total bonus damage, including items. Jayo, he's scrambling to stay in the match, and that's the best that he could ask for, I suppose, with that engagement. Eye of the Tiger taking a single kill lead over MVP 4-3, about 11 minutes into the match. There you go. There's that mechanism I was waiting to see on cast. And Danny, though, he had such a great start as far as last hits go in the mid lane compared to Rior. So I'd like to see a fast Orchid, fast something on him. Pyong is just chilling with Chrissy in the bottom lane, looking for a potential pickoff. Ancient Apparition is in the bottom lane, but still pretty far off. And the Rocket Flare manages to hit the Bat Rider, but does not spot the Crystal Maiden. Chen does have his Persuasion ability available, so he'll probably grab another creep when he can. Yeah, and there's a smoke purchased by Chen as well. Andrew smoked up himself along with Shadow Demon. Looking for the hook then. Can they get it? It's 3 versus 2. Sunby, there he is, going to go ahead, use the disruption. High up into the air, but he's able to easily get out of those cogs. Chilling touch. Chrissy, down he falls. Crystal Maiden can't really do too much. Rior deciding to move in, though. Oh my gosh, double kill. Using Her ultimate. What a scream.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
MVP is going to need hearing aids after that engagement. Banhua trying to do a little bit of engagement on Jo, but he's caught out of position. That's a lot of creeps and allied units. Banhua, he's most likely going to fall. Tanky. Oh, almost looked like he would escape. Andrew trying to do his best to save his comrade with the cogs, but it wasn't enough. And as the dust settles, it's 4-7. Eye of the Tiger getting the better end of the engagements. Ooh, Danny tried to be aggressive. Ruor, though, blinking away in the neck of time to be safe. I think with Andrew nearby, that would have most likely been a kill.
레디언트의 하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
So Bat Rider looks like he may want to do a little bit of jungling. He could get caught out of position. He does stack the creeps, or notice the creeps that are stacked. And Danny, he's moving in on Chrissy, but Danny very low on health, forces disruption from Sunbee, but in comes the hook from Andrew. Gets the kill, but the Blink Dagger bought by the Bat Rider just in the neck of time. So the game's still being relatively active. I am liking that compared to last week where I believe we had Zephyr and MVP Phoenix. There was like no kills until after the 10-minute mark. That's when we first saw the first blood. Razor already has his mechanism. So we'll see what he wants to build afterwards. Agnum Scepter, some more tankability items. Haste Rune grabbed by the Queen of Pain and blinking away just to be safe. And at least there's some drums available on the Lifestealer. Chrissy has that smoke, decides to use it in base. Really wanting to go for that movement speed over more time to set up a gank. May actually not even end up doing too much. MVP, they have a lot of members portaling towards the top. Chrissy not far off, but that smoke is just about done. Essentially a wasted smoke, unfortunately. That's what it looks like, but Eye of the Tiger. They're starting to do a push on the middle tower. Chrissy. In goes Lifestealer. So we're going to see a lot of initiation quite soon, but there's a lot of MVP near this Razor. Chrissy, is he going to go in? In he goes, Fireflight. The Bat gets the rope as well. In comes Ruor, and then Disrupt, keeping Sunbee's comrade alive for the time being. Is it enough? No, it's not. Razor ends up falling. Chrissy low on health. Danny gets the kill. Goes on Pyong next. One more hit. Down he goes. Ruor, though, chasing Danny. The Storm Spirit low on health. Does manage to survive. Turning it around as Jeho low on life himself and unable to infest. That's still a 2-for-1 trade. Gets the carry, though, on MVP's end. And this is really starting to even up as far as the carry versus carry situation goes. But the middle tower, no fortification available. We do see Razor moving in along with Andrew. Getting aggressive. And this tower is in deny range. So nice reactions from MVP. We're going to go ahead, deny the tower. Sorry, Eye of the Tiger, no extra gold for you. And Chen's saving up a good amount of gold. So working on his next item. Still with some naked boots. Queen of Pain actually is building into a Black King bar first. Surprisingly, she is 2-0, 70 last hits. I mean, there is a lot of very annoying spells to deal with from MVP's HOTSIX's end. But, you know, damage is never bad. She certainly got the levels, though. Levels for that scream. So Eye of the Tiger. Just waiting around the middle. Rotating towards that jungle. I would like to see them go for a few more towers. MVP.
레디언트의 상부 포탑이
At the same
공격받고
time,
있습니다.
Banhua, he's ended up dying a few times, but despite that, still really high in net worth. Almost up to 100 last hits, 17.5 minutes into the game. Chen picking up the mana boots, a smoked Storm Spirit. Oh, he could easily jump on Pyong. Indeed, in he goes. Manages the grabber. Andrew as well, joining in on the fight. With very nice gets. Both heroes caught in the cogs. Down one goes, but Chrissy, along with Rior, they decide to help out their comrades, and this is starting to turn around. The ultimate miss from Ancient Apparition. Chrissy, he's got to try to get out of there, but doesn't get out in time. 2-0 trade for MVP. They get the bigger end of the stick. But Jeho does manage to survive.
다이어의 상부
A
포탑이
small consolation
공격받고
prize.
있습니다.
We do see Jeho with that Yasha, most likely building into a Sanjin Yasha. Storm Spirit with the ultimate orb. Go into many different things, but it's certainly not the Orchid Burst. Probably a Sheep Stick, maybe. Even a Lincoln Sphere is also very possible. And despite that double damage, oh, Danny actually, he's deciding I'm just gonna go for it. There is no tower to protect him with the tower. That could make all the difference. Danny! Wow. Big, big misplay from Eye of the Tiger. They just assumed Danny would get out of there, and now he's probably telling his teammates, LOL, these noobs. I was so dead, but they made a mistake, and now I survive. Ancient Apparition with the Magic Wand picks up a stat booster, point booster. So that's probably an ultimate, or Aghanim Scepter that he eventually wants to build. Really gives a huge buff to his ultimate. Up to 17 seconds for the duration, instead of like 12, I believe it is, on level 3. Now that's gonna hit Jeho. Quite annoying. Gotta hate when your health regeneration is disabled. We did see, I believe, a strategy, Ancient Apparition, join with some other global AoE spells, but hold that thought. Chrissy blinks in, gets the lasso on Banhua, and then there's a net follow-up. There's just too much DPS. But man, that is one tanky Razor. Unfortunately, he just keeps getting caught out of position. I think it's time for some more tanky items, Razor. Jeho just continuing to try to catch up and farm in the bottom lane. And there's the BKB pickup for the Queen of Pain. And already an Ogre Club picked up next. Could be moving into Aghanim Scepter
다이어의
herself.
중부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다. 레디언트의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
If we take a quick look at the top lane, that tower still has a healthy amount of health left. A little bit of TP rotation towards the bottom lane. 4 of MVP HOTSIX's members are around, with the Ancient Apparition not too far behind. There's an Urn pickup from the Crystal Maiden. Clockwork. Still no core items to his name. Rior joining Jeho in the top. Looks like they want to go ahead and push this tower, but the Ancient Apparition ultimate is going to hit them, I believe. Could end up of just been a rocket flare, though. I believe it was rocket flare.
다이어의 하부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Oh, there we go. There's the ultimate I was looking for. Oh, very nice, Jeho. See ya later. Wait a second. Maybe it... No! Not enough. Danny securing the kill. Nice attempt to town portal out of there, but sorry, wasn't enough. Chrissy once again with the lasso. Down goes Sunbi. Banhua looking like he may be next. Neither carries on either team have managed to really do that well. It's going to be up to that Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain. The intelligence carries that really make something happen. A 4-stick pickup for the Bat Rider. Chrissy's been doing an excellent job in the off lane, really moving around, getting the kills, and getting the lassos where needed. And wow, both mid heroes have managed to actually top the overall damage charts. So MVP, I guess they at least get the ult hit from Ancient Apparition, but the bottom tower does go to Eye of the Tiger. No deny on that end. Sanj and Yasha about to complete for the Lifestealer, and that's a pretty darn early Sheepstick Scythe for the Storm Spirit. That extra disable is going to be very valuable in these team fights. Banhua, though, despite the early mech, no farm whatsoever. Continuing through the match, it's really unfortunate. And MVP, they were doing decently well early on. Things are starting to kind of go down as far as gold goals. Only a 2K difference, so still, you know, relatively even. JO's still doing a little bit of pickup. He is at least 3-2. So he's got to be at least somewhat happy about how things have turned out since a less than thrilling early game start, giving up that first blood. Oh, those darn mud golems. Gotta hate them. Magic immune bastards. There's the Sanj and Yasha. Completed on the Lifestealer. And Eye of the Tiger, they're smoked. They're moving towards the middle lane. MVP, nowhere in sight. They're all on the bottom. Rocket won't reveal any of HOTSIX. Excuse me, Eye of the Tiger. They have the wards here. Uh-oh. This could be a really good initiation for Eye of the Tiger. In comes the lasso on Andrew. He's going to fall very quickly. Pyong wasting her ultimate. Banhua as well, getting to use his. In comes the static link, but it gets detached immediately. Disruption goes ahead and hits Adam, keeps him alive for the time being. Buyback from the Clockwork. Rior is getting DPS'd by Danny. Danny low himself on health. It's just a bloodbath. Back and forth damage. No one ending up dying besides the Crystal Maiden. Jeho, he's raged up but low on health, and he ends up falling. But down goes the Razor as well. And Chrissy blinks in just to see a dead Storm Spirit. Adam whiff on his ultimate. Bit of a fat finger. And when all is said and done, it does seem like Eye of the Tiger a little bit happier with that gank all around. They forced a buyback. They did lose 2 heroes, but then again, so did MVP, plus the buyback. Queen of Pain with that ultimate orb. I believe she did end up selling her Ogre Club. Probably means that she wants to go ahead and get a sheep stick of her own. But man, a pretty darn even match so far. I was talking to Purge a little bit earlier before the matches, and he was actually very excited for today's games because of how even both teams are going to be in both tiers. With, of course, MVP, HOTSIX, and Eye of the Tiger, and later on, Birdgain versus 5 and Q. As far as experience goes, Eye of the Tiger ahead by about 53% over HOTSIX's 47. Nothing too big to really worry about. Not a big difference. Just fancy numbers the Koreans love to have for statistics. This Queen of Pain having a very nice game. Early on, the Storm Spirit was kind of dominating in the mid. I mean, it wasn't one-sided, but Queen of Pain was behind by about 7 to 10 creep kills throughout the majority of the laning phase. But through good team fights and execution and some kills, he's managed to top the gold charts. Curious to see what Danny wants to build in next. Already has the sheep stick. Same with Queen of Pain. I want to know what she's going to grab next. I would like a sheep stick. I think that's a good choice here. Cass just doing a little bit of rewarding. Dewarding, not rewarding. Eye of the Tiger. Are they going to attempt the Roshan? They're moving into the pit. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and try to fight Roshan. MVP. Will they be able to respond to this in time? Roshan's going down quite slow. The rocket, it reveals exactly what Eye of the Tiger is doing. In comes the Ancient Apparition ult. But wow, very nice reflexes from Eye of the Tiger. They do manage to dodge the ult, and they are moving back for the time being. This middle tower, though, probably going to fall. Chrissy looking for someone to lasso. Chrissy does deny the tower as well. So eye for an eye, a tower for a tower. I'd really like to see MVP try to contest this. There is the Hand of God available, a lot of disables from the Chen. All right, here we go. Andrew, he moves in with the cogs. Jo decides to infest. He's already out. Banha with the Black King bar steals a little bit of life. Andrew extremely low on health. Over towards the top. Pyong forced the Hand of God to keep him alive. Danny, he's got to kill off the Crystal Maiden. Down she goes. It's a 1-for-1 so far. The net, though, quite annoying. And Chrissy manages to get a lasso on Banhua. Disruption to keep him around for the time being, but Jo can easily go to town on him. Banhua ends up falling. And I believe this is a lost cause for MVP. Sunbi tries to teleport out. Does manage to escape. No stuns available. Even Eye of the Tiger laughing about that, but I'm sure they're very happy with the trade-off, as this means they have a Roshan kill under their belts. Even the Ancient Apparition ult, while annoying, doesn't really make a difference. Well, so Chrissy just going to continue the farm away. Almost has a Black King bar. I really am liking this Bat Rider throughout the match. Getting in the lassos where needed. There's the Black King bar. As we trudge past the 30-minute mark, it's currently 13-16. Eye of the Tiger leading over MVP's HOTSIX. For those of you tuning in and don't know what the heck is going on, my name is Whiplash. This is the Korean Dota 2 League. Thank you for tuning in. This is a best-of-1 between the two teams. Followed by this, we're going to have Bird Gang versus 5NQ, a best-of-3 Tier 1 header match. As we glance into the game, MVP, they're smoked. Uh-oh, it looks like Cast 4 steps away, but it doesn't even matter. Danny lunges forward, secures the kill. The creeps could end up being next. A nice hook on Chrissy. Right on the edge of the map, or on the edge of the ledge. So the remaining cast members of Eye of the Tiger are moving in. Out comes the ultimate from Rior. With that Ancient Apparition ultimate just not being too useful. And Razor teleports away back to home. A botched gank essentially from MVP. MVP, they're looking a little bit lost. What's going on, guys? Andrew, he is stuck. He doesn't have a town portal, and there's no Chen on his team. Oh, man, MVP. This is not where they want to be. Even the Korean casters tantalizing him. That is just... That really sucks. At the end of the day, that just sucks. Okay, well, Andrews managed to somehow get out of the situation. I guess he was able to get a hook off somewhere, but he's dead. Goodbye, Andrew. And just Andrew not looking for the
공격받고 있습니다.
you can even see it on his face. He's just unhappy with how this match has been going. He could have, if he got the hook earlier on, his opposing off-lane fighter, the Bat Rider, he could have got, if he got that kill early on, I think it would have been a much different match. But just not able to make the plays, fortunately. Andrew choking under the pressure. But MVP, they're not in great shape, but the game isn't over yet. They've been trying to do smokes and get pickoffs. Just unfortunately, the rest of Eye of the Tiger has been nearby and able to help out. Item-wise, Ancient Apparition not too far away from having his Agnum Scepter, about 600 gold. Bat Rider has all that he needs. Maybe he'll get some Boots of Travel next. Now there's the Sheep Stick, the Scythe of Vice on the Queen of Pain. Along with the Black King Bar, she's going to be pretty darn hard to take down. Eye of the Tiger, they're ready. They're down the team fight. They're looking for blood. Storm Spirit on the other side of the map. The tier 2 tower is already down. All right, there's a ping from Crystal Maiden saying, all right, guys, let's go ahead and just take down the bottom tower. Rior is going to grab the double damage rune from the bottom portion of the river. MVP, do they even defend the bottom tower, or do they just sit and wait at their tier 3? That's the question for them. Christy, Lifestealer, infested inside. And Danny's going to go ahead and back away. He has another Ultimate Orb in his inventory. So I would imagine the Lincoln Sphere as the next pickup for Storm Spirit. The Aegis is going to be gone in about a minute, so MVP have done at least a decent job at making sure they don't do any fights with that Aegis. Makes a paramount difference. Andrew not too far away from his Black King Bar. He should have that in just a few seconds. It's right around the corner. Yeah, I believe he just went ahead and purchased that. There's going to be no Aegis for MVP in the next fight. I'm not sure if it's going to make a huge difference. They have been kind of dominating these team fights over the past 10-15 minutes or so. But I mean, these bigger items being online for MVP, the Black King Bar for the Clockwork, the Agnum Scepter for the Ancient Apparition, I guess it can only help out MVP. Really, this is a lot of time that Lifestealer's staying infested inside the Bat Rider, looking for kills, looking for somebody to jump on, but they aren't finding anybody. Well, they're finding an Illusion Rune. That's about it. There's the Boots of Travel pickup on the Bat Rider. So he'll be zipping around. Not as fast as a Storm Spirit, but not too far off. And Agnum Scepter for the Ancient Apparition. 17-second duration on that cold. 17 seconds, that Hand of God is just not as useful. Imagine having that debuff on your entire team. Cast is forced to use Hand of God, and it does nothing because you can't heal any health under that Ancient Apparition ultimate. Oh, he's going to go ahead, hits 2 people. I don't know if MVP can actually... Oh, Andrew doesn't manage to get the BKB off, and down he goes. MVP, they lost their 2-2 tower, they lost their initiator, and now it looks like they're most likely going to lose this tier 3 tower. What can they do in a 4v5 scenario that, I mean, just, it's really not looking good for them. Down the tower goes. No fortification available. At least a Lincoln Sphere has been grabbed. Okay, in comes Danny, gets a sheep, force-staffing Jo away. There's the ultimate from the Chen. And Danny, it's just not enough. Down he goes. Banhua, he's got a lot of damage stolen, uses the mech, but Eye of the Tiger, they're getting the better trade-off. Jo going to town. Look at how tanky that Razor is. He's doing what he can, actually manages to kill Chen. Instant buyback from the Razor. Deaths from both ends. In comes Andy, Andrew, but no ultimate, no ultimate. All of Eye of the Tiger escapes. Yeah, his ultimate must have been down for that. Otherwise, we'd have certainly seen a cook. I wanted to see cogs, but those weren't available, unfortunately. Now, with the point booster, I can't imagine Razor building his ultimate. Oh, Jo! He may actually end up dying. Yeah. Unless he can get a heal on him. It's going to be close. Yeah, down he goes. Under 10% health. See you later. That's really what makes that Agnum Scepter so deadly on the Ancient Apparition. You know, when you have very close team fights and you get it off on some escaping members of the opposing team, and in the end, they're still dead. Roshan has respawned as well. And, you know, it is 17-23. Eye of the Tiger still leading. Still looking really good, but MVP did manage to keep their bottom barracks alive in that last team fight. Yule's Scepter picked up for the Batrider. He is utility incarnate. Probably doesn't even need that bottle anymore. We'll see what he wants to get afterward. Maybe some type of survivability item. Nice initiation onto the creeps. Kills them all quite fast. So more survivability towards the Queen of Pain with the Shiva's Guard. Well, I guess a little bit of survivability and damage mixed in together. Roshan under fire, quite literally, as a rocket explodes on his head. And the pipe pickup from the Chen, giving Eye of the Tiger even better survivability in these team fights. MVP, are they going to go for the contest? A lot of their members are not too far away. And then the rest of Eye of the Tiger, they're backing up. The rocket flare reveals what Chrissy's up to. It's removing some of the trees. And I imagine they're going to go back in on the Roshan pit. So for the time being, just a bit of a Mexican standoff. Eye of the Tiger deciding it would be wiser to back off of Roshan for now. There still really is a lot of initiation power for MVP, and the AoE they can do as well is something to be concerned about. EoT smoked up. They're moving towards MVP's lineup. If they get one person out of position, I think this may actually just be really bad. Oh, there comes the lasso on Danny. He falls like a pair of twigs. And I don't even know if anyone else in MVP besides the town portal are going to be able to survive. Down goes 3 of MVP's members. Look at how happy Eye of the Tiger are. That's 4 for 0. And that's most likely going to be game. I can't see MVP coming back after that. The team fights have been going towards Eye of the Tiger's way for most of the game. Really good initiation. The Lifestealer bomb from the Bat Rider, and then just the AoE from Queen of Pain / Crystal Maiden. Chen helping out with some disables and extra healing and a little bit of nuke damage. You know, despite Ancient Apparition being kind of a good counter against the Chen, we didn't really get to see it in too much effect this game. Those barracks will fall. I Have the Tiger have actually done a very good job at dodging the Ancient Apparition ultimates most of the time. It's like they always know where they're coming. So down goes the bottom barracks. Oh, Banhua. Uh-oh. Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger is not good at finding these people. Oh, okay, in comes Andrew, gets the hook as well as the cogs. They're good, annoying Eye of the Tiger, but he's going to end up dying. And Danny trying to blow up Reorbit, activating the BKB. Down he goes, 2 for 1 so far with the Crystal Maiden eventually dying. And Banhua getting caught by the Force-Staffed Jo as he just continues to wreck apart the rest of MVP's lineup. Danny does manage to pick off the Queen of Pain. We do see a buyback. Danny, does he have the DPS to finish off Jo? Holy crap, he does with the help of Adam Chrissy. Uh-oh, this is... Oh! The Molotov cocktail kills the Storm Spirit. Chrissy running away with under 100 health. Rior returning, actually Adam, down he goes. So that's a full team wipe for MVP. The buyback actually surprisingly worth it for Eye of the Tiger. And Roshan maybe next on the list for Eye of the Tiger. So yeah, Roshan. I do like that the Korean Observer deciding to use that cinematic view for the Roshan fight. And really not too much else happening in the match. At least an Aghanim Scepter pickup from the Razor. He doesn't have a buyback available, so why not? I have no idea when this Roshan's going to die. After all of that, he's still only at half health. Really lacking some negative armor to take down Roshan. But okay, the rest of Eye of the Tiger, they've decided to join forces in the pit, and he should end up falling shortly. Andrew, though, not too far away. He gets lassoed, though, and man, falling like a paperclip. It's just not Andrew's day. It really isn't. I mean, he's going to try to initiate, but not too much else he can do. And yeah, Roshan down to the last few hundred health. He's going to get killed. I heard a huge sigh from the Korean commentators. They were really looking for some type of kill steal on the Roshan. Okay, well, as far as items go, from Eye of the Tiger's end, an annoying item in the Ghost Scepter form picked up by Crystal Maiden. Lifestealer as well, he's decided to upgrade that Basher. Chrissy is pretty much the same amount of items, over 4,000 gold. And a gem actually picked up by the Crystal Maiden. Yeah, about 47 minutes into the match. MVP HOTSIX behind Eye of the Tiger. It's 21-34 in the KDL first match of the day. My name is Whiplash. Thanks everybody for tuning in, or those of you recently tuning in. I'd say Eye of the Tiger, they already have the bottom barracks. The game is theirs to take. unless they just really botch an engagement. MVP, they're not giving up quite yet. They still have a little bit of fight in them, but no buybacks available on their end. While the Chen and Batrider do have buybacks. And it looks like Eye of the Tiger, it's time for them to slowly chip away at the middle tower. MVP, they have to defend. They have the fortification available, but there's just no commitment from Eye of the Tiger. They're staying on the low ground for the most part. Down the tower goes. HOTSIX, not looking too hot right now. Okay, there's the lasso on Andrew, dying for the gajillion of the time this game, unfortunately disrupting himself. Sunbee's trying to stay alive. Banghua about half health, and the Aegis is indeed popped on the Queen of Pain. Banghua forced to retreat, heal up, regroup, and JOO, in comes the stun. Danny staying alive just temporarily, thanks to Sunbee, but it's not enough. Down he goes. There's one barracks in the mid lane, and probably we'll see a second. This is pretty much GG. There's no way MVP can come back from this. Banhua disrupted once again to extend his life, but really at this point, down he goes. It's just not enough. Forward blink from Rior. Down goes Sunbee. Even Lifestealer picking up a Dagon. Level 4 Dagon picked up. There's that GG. Well played by Eye of the Tiger. Even though they gave up first blood, MVP, they had a pretty cool lineup. Their early game was solid, but when it came to the mid and late game, Eye of the Tiger, just better pickoffs, better coordination. Really